I'm already laughing, everybody. Hello, it is Mickey Talks, brought to you by Barnes Paving. Go to www.barnespaving.com. Amazing people, amazing company. Give them a call, 443-243-3710. Incredible. Going to talk about them a little later in the show and why you should call them, but want to thank Barnes
They'll
Paving.
get you smoothed out.
Yeah, they will. That is our guest right now. I guess I'll go to him first, Matt. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Todd Rexx is in
came
the
in and
house.
started throwing wrenches in the works.
Yeah,
and
just
everything.
be quiet for 30 seconds, would you? Everybody, it is Mickey. That is, of course, Matt Davis. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, man. Excited for Todd Rexx in the house today.
Todd Rexx, let's just get right into it for you guys watching. 20, how many years ago did we meet? What years was that? 99, 2000s? It was not earlier than that.
It was earlier than that.
I was with Jen, so that had to be 97.
Damn, we're going on 30 years.
Yeah, brother.
Holy
And
smokes.
do you remember the first thing you ever said to me in the lobby of the DC Improv? You were standing with Sean.
Okay.
And you had never seen me before, I don't think. And I went up, and then I came off, and you were in the lobby, and you had this big smile on your face, and you go, dude, you get so red on stage. I thought you were going to explode. It was so funny, man. And we hit it off right away.
Right away.
So, T, I got to tell you, I've watched you on stage, I don't know, hundreds of times. You're one of the best. You're one of my favorites.
Dude, we have so much fun together.
Oh, my God, because we're both 11.
Right, right. Combined age.
Yeah, combined.
6 and
yes,
5.
yes. And you're what, 6 what?
What's that?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
And I am 5'3". So
Are you really 5'3"?
Yeah, that's what I am. Always been. I've never lied about it. 5'3".
You guys got to do the next Twins movie.
You know what sucks? I may have said this on the show. I don't know. What sucks about being 5'3" is I'm not even small enough to be a little person, but I'm not big enough to be like a regular person.
You can pull off the Danny DeVito, man.
A regular.
You know what I mean? A regular person.
Right. I just had a similar incident like that. So,
yeah?
So I'm not to.
How could it be similar? I'm nowhere. No one's. The only way we could have the same experience where like you felt like I felt, you'd have to go to a Klan meeting. Like I never see.
I went to the doctor recently, and he took my BMI. I'm 6'2" and a half,
Yeah.
and weigh 245.
Right.
And I'm not fat. I don't think. I'm not in shape.
Right.
But
Okay. Fair enough.
But he
No,
told,
you're
but
not.
But he sits me down and he was like, "All right, looking at your BMI, you're obese." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Obese?"
Yep, it's
I was
crazy.
like, "Come on, man, I'm not obese."
Yes, you are, and so am I.
And my doctor knows. And Dr. Himmel's, what's up, man? He knows.
Yeah.
He knows I'm a comedian, right? So
Right.
he's always like really loose. He's like, "I love when you come in because I can just say shit."
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And he goes. I was like, obese. But I'm still skinny enough that I can see my dick. And he was like, yeah, but you're fat enough that nobody else wants to.
Your doctor's from like 1874.
You're fat enough that nobody else wants to see.
Right. You're skinny enough that you can see your dick. You're just fat enough that nobody else wants to.
That's hilarious, man.
And I was like, I'm using that.
So now listen, I want to get to something right away because I'm amazed by this. Found out about a year ago, you told, maybe not that long ago, you told me your son
Yeah.
is probably going to be in the NHL.
I don't want to jinx it.
But you understand, he's of that caliber.
Yeah, he's a,
Tell it his name, his story, what's happening.
yeah, you can look him up. His name is Maximus Rexx, which is a cool name to begin
I got to
with.
be honest with you. That's one of the most badass names because that's his legit legal name.
I would not want to play hockey against that dude.
Maximus Rexx.
He's a defenseman. He's at a prep school in Canada, right outside Toronto. He's the only American on the team. He's got one of the top agents in the NHL right now. And what's crazy is the three of the top guys that Max's agent handles just signed 3 of the biggest contracts in NHL history. Leon Draisaitl just signed for 114 million or 112 million.
And for you hockey people out there, they're going to go, oh, now T-Rex knows all about hockey. You've known hockey.
No, I played.
Yeah,
so
you're a hockey guy.
I thought I was going to go to the show, and then I see how good my son is.
Yeah.
I was like, I was nowhere near.
Yeah, well, the show you went to started at 9. You showed up at 9:45. You did 12 minutes and
I
left.
rolled out. That's right.
No, man, that's amazing. What do you call him, Max?
Yeah, just Max.
Congratulations, Max. And congratulations to you and
Thanks,
your
man.
wife. What an amazing accomplishment. How is the missus, by the way?
She's great.
The genius behind all of the success
right.
of all
Seriously.
of you. I know.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's about to retire from her main job, but she still has 2 other executive positions, and she just interviewed for another. It's crazy.
His wife, first of all, she's a beautiful woman. Secondly, she's one of the smartest people I've ever spoken with.
Other than marrying me. She's
Yeah,
probably-
yeah, I was getting ready to say, the only thing wrong in this lady's past is sitting 2 feet from me
I was going
right
to say
now.
that's a very normal life for a comic, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, to have
yeah.
a powerful, executive, brilliant woman running everything for you. So like me, you can fail over and over and over. And she just goes, I love you.
Right, exactly.
But not, dude, your son.
Yeah, man.
Incredible story.
Well, and my 16-year-old daughter, she goes to school at Sierra Canyon. That's the school that the Kardashians went to.
Yeah.
All the celebrity kids go there.
Yeah.
But she's a starting middle for the volleyball team. They were #1 in California, #9 in the country is how they ended up. And she's
Wow.
she's in 11th grade right now.
See, Todd, you want me to call you Todd or T? I know you.
matter.
I just call you T my whole life. So
Right.
T Rex, T. When like my kids, like I literally, I think to myself, that's the best thing I ever did.
Right.
And then I realized I did pretty good. I might not have to work, and they'll take care of me. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
counting
good
on.
at what you do, so.
Yeah, and I can do this forever.
Right.
I might end up like
got the
this.
perfect face for
another,
radio.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, another thing. I can't wait till I'm at that age. You know what I mean?
You don't care?
Don't care about anything.
Passing gas.
Oh, my God.
Crapping your pants on.
Hey, Grandpa, tell us about the good old days. 1987. It was a Thursday.
Oh my God, that was a million years ago.
I had one good day. Now leave me alone. That's gonna be my story.
You'll be zipping around here in a rascal.
Dude, I love this. So how often are you getting up? How much comedy you doing?
I do a once a month thing at the Reckless Shepherd in Columbia.
Which I will be.
Well, you'll be there on May 24th.
May 24th.
So
I just
make
found
sure you
out.
show up May
Derek,
24th.
Derek, who books me, is going to be very mad that I forgot to tell him that you did that.
Well, Derek, he's doing the Reckless Shepherd May 24th. It's going to be a 2-man show. Myself and my main man Mickey.
You're going second. I'm not following you.
No, I'm hosting, which is I'm terrible at it.
So am I. I'm the worst.
So terrible. It's like, I go up there with because usually, I tour with Craig Robinson as well.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson from The Office.
Yeah.
He's one of my best friends in the world. We've been touring for like 8 years together, and so by the time there's a host, and then I go up,
Right.
and then Craig goes up. So
Right.
I'm in the easiest spot.
You're the feature. That's the wheelhouse
That's
right
there.
there.
That's my wheelhouse right
Right.
there, right? So I go up there, and I just the table's already set, and I just go to town, right? But then when I host, like every time I host at the Reckless Shepherd, I go out there and I tell my first joke, and they're not ready for it yet.
Right.
So they're just kind of like, hey, and I'm like, fuck you guys! Excuse me for saying but you know how funny I am? Do you know what I do? Coming to the stage next, you motherfuckers!
I do the exact opposite.
Really?
I love
You just lean into the...
the misery. Oh.
Is it,
Oh my God! When I know that they're miserable,
Right.
there's a certain joy in it for me,
Right.
where I'm like, all you sons of bitches had to do was act like you laughed,
Right.
chuckled, smiled. But if you're gonna sit there and stare at me like I'm the problem,
Right.
let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
I did one of my favorite times hosting. It was kind of like I ended up hosting like 5 comedians, that kind of thing,
Yep.
6, whatever. After the third one, and they were 3 good comics that went up in a row. Nothing. This crowd was just. So I walk up and I go, "Hey, if I could just have everybody's attention, I just talked to the owner. If everybody doesn't start laughing, every one of you has to get the fuck out of here right now." And I stopped talking and waited like 30 seconds and just stood there for them to feel uncomfortable. I go, "All right, are we ready?" And like there's a chuckle, and I go, "I'm gonna try a joke." I don't remember the joke, but it crushes, right? And I look at them and I go, "Pathetic! You held that in the whole time. I'm gonna bring all 3 of them back up," and I did.
And you're going to laugh like you heard it here for
and
the
all
first
3
time.
of them crushed.
Right.
It was wild as hell, man. It was so much fun.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite comedy club moment? Whether you're on stage, you saw something, you're in a comedy club, and something happened.
Oh man, I think I know what it is, but it's not a good thing. But it was fantastic at the time because all right, so
Jesus, this is a live show, but it's uncensored. Go ahead.
there's a comedian friend of mine who if you've ever seen the movie How High, he played the assistant pimp to Mike Epps. Like Mike Epps would be getting ready to slap a hoe, and he'd be like, put his hand out, and this dude would put baby powder on his hand so he could slap the girl.
He was like Jerome to Prince.
Right.
I mean to Morris Day. I got it.
Yep. And so his name is Scruncho. Right?
Okay.
And he's a certified gangster. Like
I have nothing to say the rest of this story then, but listen.
right. So he's a certified gangster from from Los Angeles,
Yeah.
from like Crenshaw.
Yeah.
And I was at a couple of these things. He knocked a dude out on stage. This is
Whoa. Another comedian or an
dude, that
audience
was
member?
an audience member who was talking shit, and he walked across the tabletops to get to this dude, and jumped off the table and said, "Say one more thing, and I'm gonna knock you out." And the dude opened his mouth. Scruncho knocked him out and dragged him onto the stage and propped him up against the back wall and continued doing his show.
Wow.
And dude started waking up, and Scruncho stopped the show, turned around, and knocked him out again.
Is that true?
That's 100% true.
You saw it?
I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Okay, to Mr. Scruncho, I have nothing to do with this story, but if it's true, you, sir, are a legend.
He's a beast.
My goodness.
Hold on. So then, another
That's
time we were
hilarious.
doing this Def Comedy Jam tour, but there was a fashion show aspect, and we were up in New Jersey, in Atlantic City. We were doing the show, and they give comics all these clothes to wear and then go do your set.
Right.
But they'll say, like, T. Rexx is wearing, Carl Kanai top and some Bow jeans or whatever. So Scruncho's wearing these Timberland boots, and these 2 New Jersey dudes come up, and they're like, "Hey, man, those are my boots right there." And Scruncho was like, "These ain't your fucking boots, man." and they were like, "Dog, those are my boots." And I was like, looking at these dudes and looking at Scruncho like they have no idea who they're talking to.
Right.
Because they started getting like little like, "Hey, man, those are my boots."
Yeah,
dog.
they're my boots.
Right, getting loud. And Scruncho was like, "You want your boots, man?" And then he was like, "You goddamn right. You know where you at?" And Scruncho didn't say anything. He's like, "I got your boots, man." And took the boots off and like act like he's about to hand them with both in one hand. And Scruncho just like right hooked him with the boot, bow, across the face. Dude dropped to the ground. Scruncho was about to jump him, and everybody grabbed Scruncho, and he was about to just pound this dude's face in. And the other dude was like, "No, take the boots, man, take the boots."
Now let me ask you an honest
But
question.
hold on. But then my thing was he came to Baltimore with Vivica Fox to do a stage play.
Okay.
And he hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, man, I just saw you at the Baltimore Comedy Factory, man. We got off tonight. I'm bringing Vivica Fox up there." And I was like, "No way." And so he's like, "Yeah." So I'm going to call him on the phone right now because he'll tell you. So there's a dude that was in the audience who was talking smack the entire time I was on stage. And I said, "Fuck you" to him near the end of my show, right? And he said, "Say fuck you to me one more time and see what happens." And I said, "Fuck you like 30 times since I've been up there, but if you need to hear it one more time, fuck you."
Right.
So then I said, "Good night, everybody." Get off the stage. This dude like pushes his seat back, jumps out, and walks through his aisle and stands where I'm walking.
Yeah.
And gets in my face. Before he can do anything, I just laid him out, and we start rumbling, and I'm whooping his ass. Because at the time I was doing.
And Scruncho's there?
And Scruncho was there, and he saw it.
Hell yes!
And Scruncho was like, I was certified after that. Scruncho was like, he was like, "Yo, I ain't never going second guess a light skinned nigga again, man. I ain't never seen a light skinned black dude whoop a motherfucker's ass like that." I should get him on the phone and just have him tell you that this dude.
Oh my God, dude, that's one of the greatest comedies. Have you told that on any other podcast?
No, I haven't, because like, I was so afraid. What's the dude that used to own the whole building? The older dude with
Jerry?
gray. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
So I beat him up. There was blood all over my pants. The security dudes were like these thug-ass dudes at the Comedy Factory. They picked dude up and used him like a battering ram to open the door, and they threw him down the stairs. and was his name Jerry? I think.
I don't remember.
And he comes upstairs and he goes, "Who the hell was in that fight?" And I said, "Some dude." And he was like, "No shit, he's downstairs, like curled up in a booth, waiting for the ambulance to come get him. He's barely conscious." And he's like, "We're getting sued over this. We're getting sued." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And he was like, "T. Rexx, what happened?" And everybody was like, "No, this dude started it. That dude downstairs started it." And so then next time I came, I was like, I called and was talking to a couple people at the club, and I said, "Has anybody said anything about what happened last time I was there?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "No one's come up here like looking for a lawsuit." And what's going on?
Sorry, my phone volume was up. I didn't know it.
Oh.
I'm deaf. I can't hear anymore.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead.
I was talking to Jeff, right? Remember Jeff, the
of course,
security guy, right?
Of course.
So next time I couldn't believe that I got booked there again after that happened. But they were like, "Yeah, come on back." So
You
I
didn't
came
do
back.
nothing wrong.
Right.
Dude came at you.
So I go to Jeff and I was like, "Hey Jeff, man, I'm kind of worried about that dude coming back and like trying to exact revenge. Like, do you remember what he looks like? And would you recognize him if he came back in here?" And he was like, "Yeah, if he comes back in here covered in blood, because that's how I saw him."
I cannot say that my favorite story is anywhere near that one.
Right.
But that's one of the great comedy stories. And I hope if I ever meet that Mr. Scruncho one day,
I'm gonna see if
he
I can
will
call
get
him.
nothing but respect from me. And that is amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic that he was there. And
Don't call him right now. Don't call him because
just
I
gonna
can't
pull
get
his
him
name.
in.
All right.
I believe you, man, 100%. Let me tell you the weirdest thing I ever saw. You remember in the brokerage when it was Slapsticks? You remember the brokerage where the Comedy Factory moved to, right in that little hub where all the bars were?
Yeah.
Upstairs,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Okay. That used to be called Slapsticks.
Wasn't that Power Plant?
Yes, in
Right.
Power Plant. Used to be called Slapsticks.
Okay.
We had an open mic night on Sundays. And I'm going back to when guys like Patton Oswalt,
Yep.
Blaine Capatch, I mean, that era.
Right.
Like this late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s. There's a guy called, I want to say Hoop.
Oh yeah, Hooper.
Hoop, the ironworking
Yeah,
comedian.
comedian. Yeah, he used to come up and put on like a straw hat and overalls.
You
and
remember
show. Yeah,
him?
I remember him.
He had,
Yeah,
he
his last name was Hooper. I can't remember his name, but he
he
goes
had
by
a
Hoop.
He used to do like an Archie Bunker thing.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, this night was 99.9% black.
Yeah.
Now, you know me, I'm fine. I can get along, right? He goes up and does his Archie Bunker thing and says the N-word about 9 times to complete silence. And I'm in the back, and I'm literally, like, so uncomfortable. Like, I wanted to puke, right? And I'm scared, right? And I can see dudes. I just looking at guys, and they're, like, looking at each other.
Should we be doing
yeah,
something right
do
now?
we need to... is there security here? Like, just guys wondering. And he goes to the end. He gets to the end of his set. And he does the cover the eyes to look out at the crowd.
Oh my God!
And
That's what he realized.
and he literally goes like this. I swear to God, he goes like this. Oh my God, ain't nothing but N-words here.
Oh my God.
My God!
Oh my God.
I swear to God, dead freaking silence.
Oh my
and I just
God.
remembered he walked off stage, and you could hear his tool belt clink. I mean, it was the craziest thing, and nothing happened.
Right.
I think he left right away.
Hell yeah!
Nobody jumped him. Nobody said any. We were all just like, what the hell just happened?
Right.
It was the most
Probably
insane
thought
thing.
he was nuts.
Oh my God, it was wild. It was so crazy. One other thing I wanted to tell you. Do you remember did you come to Preakness with me? Did you ever do Preakness Infield with us, with 98 Rock? I thought it was
did.
you with me, and I made a joke. I thought it was me and you. I was getting ready to bet a horse.
Okay.
And I said, give me a number. And you went like this. You went 3. And I went, why? He goes, well, because I just saw a girl, and from about 100 feet, I thought she was a 10. And she just got up here, and she's a 3. And I bet the 3, and it won, and it was like 78-1. It was like the longest shot on the board.
Oh, my God.
I thought it wasn't you. You
I don't-
remember that?
I have been to Preakness Infield, and I think
Yeah.
it might have been with you, but I don't remember that story.
Oh, that's a great story. All right, T, we do a thing on the show. Where do people find you, by the way, if they want to
on
know?
my couch.
I mean, Facebook, it's Todd Rexx.
Todd Rexx, TODDREXX.
Yes.
On all social media, it's the same thing, Todd Rexx.
Todd Rexx, one of the funniest, coolest dudes I've ever met along this awesome journey. I love him. But T, right now we're going to do what we call That's the Facts, Matt. Let's do it, brother.
Well, speaking of Preakness, you guys, Guinness partnering with Preakness for a limited edition beer in honor of the race's 150th anniversary. So the Preakness 150 Lager Beer is a rice lager beer that makers describe as refreshing, perfect for the Preakness, an outdoor event. The beer will feature a specially designed can with a horse and jockey bound by many colors. The brewery is only producing about 7,200 cans to be distributed locally, and it's going to be available during Preakness Week at the Guinness Open Gate Brewery in Halethorpe.
Is it actually, I missed that. Is it actually Guinness?
Yeah, it's Guinness.
So it's regular Guinness, but in a Preakness specific can.
I think it's a special brew. So it's a rice lager beer that they describe as a very refreshing beer. They say it'll be at the Guinness Open Gate Brewery in Halethorpe, but also at select locations around Baltimore. Of course, it will be sold at Preakness 150.
Amazing, man.
I haven't been in a while. I haven't been in a long time, actually.
So I haven't been since I was at the radio station, and I'm going to be honest. You know, I'm very happy for the Preakness people, and the Francis family, Karen and her brother Joe. Their father was a legend in this. I mean, he is responsible for most of the horse racing, the racetrack success.
What about the Leatherberries?
Yeah, well, he's one of he's the most successful horse trainer in Maryland history. I think he's second all-time nationally. King Leatherberry.
King T. Leatherberry.
King T. Leatherberry. But getting back to the Preakness, I loved Preakness. The thing I loved most about it was that it was just so Baltimore. But now it's kind of Disney, and I understand it's 2025. But the 80s and 90s and early 2000s,
Yeah, that was the heyday for sure.
That was amazing.
I mean, you were at the starting gate with a cooler.
Yep.
And all your stuff for the entire day.
At 6 a.m., they opened the fence. I called it the running of the fools,
right?
Because everyone would run through the tunnel under the track, come up onto the infield, and sprint 150 yards to claim, and they'd put out caution tape with stakes.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was insane. It was so much
It's amazing
fun.
it was allowed to happen, actually.
Dude, and you know what the killer was, though? The thing that I think really they changed direction. Do you remember when all those dudes ran across the spotter pots and they just started winging full-can beers at them?
That was a regular event, though.
Yeah, what happened was
that at Preakness? Because I've seen the videos of that. Like someone running across and everybody chucking
dude,
stuff
so
at
here's the story. Where the 98 Rock...
falling into urinary mud?
Yeah, dude, so where the 98 Rock compound was, the stage,
Yeah.
the back of that is where we all hung out. Then there was a huge fence. Then there was a path. Then there's the infield. And right on that line of the infield were spotter pots.
Yeah.
So I got the fence, the path, the spotter pots. And I'm watching this dude climb up these things. And it's the first time anyone did it, to my knowledge. And I don't remember who I looked at. I might have been doing nights then with Jen. And I said to Jen, I go, this ain't going to end well. Right? And this dude gets on top and he's doing this. People start yelling. He walks to the next one, arms up. Yeah, yeah. He starts
It was cool
jogging.
for a second, then people started getting tired of him
Dude,
getting up there.
all of a sudden, you see a beer just go winging at him and
all
it
you need
misses
is
him.
one.
And then it was 75, 80 beers.
Dude,
Just,
that was
we were ducking.
That was a regular event at
The
Preakness.
next 5-6 years they did it.
Yeah.
But I remember,
Yeah.
I witnessed the guy crawl up the first time. It was absolutely insane.
You know what I think the end of all that was? It was when that dude punched a horse that year. Do you remember that?
Oh, that
dude punched a
It
horse.
was
A
an
guy
wasn't it
punched
an
a horse.
Asian guy or something
Yep.
from Harford County?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, they're coming down the stretch. He runs out on the track like this.
During the race.
They're coming at him.
During
the finish
one of the
line.
races. Yeah.
They're coming. He's like this. Horse guy go bang. Dude, I swear to God, it was insane.
I mean, 100,000 drunk people in the
Did they beat
infield.
the piss out of this guy?
I don't remember. I thought he got knocked out. I don't remember
He got
what
arrested
happened.
for
Yeah, he
sure.
definitely got arrested.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Mongo from Blazing
Yeah, from
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Knocks out an ox.
What did you think was going to happen? Right?
Exactly.
What did you think was gonna
No doubt about it.
They're going to invite you in?
Yeah.
So NASA is now looking for tech that recycles poop and other human waste in space. If you guys have any good ideas.
Well, one thing I know is that, like, if you put it in the ground, it helps plants grow.
Yeah, didn't they do that in the movie Martian?
Yeah.
They grew potatoes.
They grew potatoes.
I think
With
that's
Matt Damon's poop.
So
Well,
now
right.
they need tech to do it?
Well,
I get what they're
Well, let me tell you, this would be for the first astronauts' poop. So you would eat like a Neil Armstrong
Oh,
potato.
my God.
I mean, how much would you pay for a Neil Armstrong potato?
I'm going to be honest. I'm not eating anything that wasn't grown on Earth. I draw my limit. People go, what won't you eat?
You wouldn't eat a
something
moon
from
potato?
another planet.
You wouldn't eat a moon potato.
I don't think I would.
A moon potato.
A
This is
moon.
made from Buzz Aldrin's Dookie. This is a Buzz Aldrin Dookie potato.
People be going online, whose poop made this one? That ain't a musk potato, is it?
I want one of them Michael Collins. Have you had the Michael Collins?
NASA's,
Don't even try that Buzz Aldrin's.
Buzz Aldrin's on.
Oh, my ass was on fire 3 days. 3 days. I pooped so hard I felt gravity. You understand me? I floated through my shower. I could. Oh my God, it's so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but the agency's offering $3 million to anyone who comes up with technology to recycle poop and other human waste in space. The Luna Recycle Challenge came about because there were 96 bags of human waste that were left behind on the moon by astronauts from the Apollo
Oh my
missions.
God, we're
and they
littering
don't
up
want to
there
add to
now?
the pile.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Crazy.
We're littering on the moon now.
Of course we are. What are we going to do? Just save it. We'll be back in 9 months.
I mean, I think we should grow potatoes, or we just fire it into the sun, right? Can't we just fire it into the sun?
I don't get it. Yeah, well, just burn
Space
Right.
junk. Just like
yeah.
toss the
Here's
turds
the
up.
thing, and trust me,
Isn't there no gravity up there? Just throw it up in the air.
just
And let
throw
go.
it out. I don't get the problem. It ain't going to fall down.
Let somebody else's solar system deal with
Yeah,
that.
what the hell?
Until
You-
the
you know
space shuttle's going through and it gets hit with a turd.
You know what'll finally happen? Like 70 years from now,
Oh, my
a ship
God.
will come flying into our planet, get out with a Burger King bag, and go, seriously? Seriously? Are you guys that ignorant? Like, we all share the nothingness. Can't we keep it clean? You're filthy.
First your dogs. You're not cleaning up after your dogs.
Trying to start an intergalactic war?
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, my God.
All right, well, as we continue to follow the hard-hitting news here, yesterday we broke the story. Actually, it was TMZ. But we revealed that Jessica Simpson's secret throat remedy is snake semen. Did you know this?
T, we talked about it yesterday,
I
but
have
because...
to bring out the Alabama black snake.
Now, listen. I did a joke, kind of. Wasn't even really a joke. It was something I said on stage one time. And I'm going back 25, 30 years. I said, you could convince women anything if you tell them that they're going to look better or sing better.
Right.
You can tell them, if you do this, you know, if you jump off the Grand Canyon, when you land, what happens is it rattles your vocal cords and you become...
And also on the way down, the wind going up through your hoo-ha and coming out your mouth gets everything in tune.
perfect pitch.
Every
Perfect pitch. I don't... How, does she explain how it helps?
Yeah,
Or
how
is
does she
there
find
science-
that out?
Yeah, do we know who the world's luckiest snake is yet?
I'll give you the quote. She says that it really just clears my throat.
Oh, my God.
I'm just a great singer when I have snake sperm. Now, there is a zoologist who he's from
Who hasn't
the
left his
Roku
apartment
channel.
in 9 months?
He's on the Roku channel show called Reptile Royalty.
Yeah.
He highly doubts that it's doing anything for her.
Right.
And it sounds like he doesn't think whatever she's drinking even contains snake semen in the first place. Mainly, he says, because it's hard to get in any significant amount from a snake, and he would know.
Yeah, not only that, how do you get it? Listen,
You
snake.
do the whole snake.
Yes.
The whole snake. The whole snake is just stiff. It's just like,
No, I mean, it's just, I do think, you know, remember a year ago, all the Hollywood stuff 2 years ago, eating babies and chrome blood and whatever it was, all that ridiculous stuff. I think that famous people they're the most gullible people.
it's placebo effect.
Right,
They just
exactly.
think, like, it's so exotic and rare that it.
And
like,
they're the
it's
only ones that can have it.
It's got to be it.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it to you this way.
It's
She's
crazy.
drinking this stuff out of it's a Chinese product. So she's drinking it out of a bottle that she says, quote, I can't even read the bottle. So I don't know how
This is
good
where COVID is
I
coming
would-
from people like this.
Right, exactly.
They say COVID over here
Bingo.
and snake sperm. And
I'm sorry,
she's
12 million.
gargling it.
Yeah. Sorry, 13 million people died, but have you heard my voice? It's amazing. I don't get it. T, let me ask you a quick question. I just thought of this. So when you lived in L.A. for a long time.
Yeah, this is my third time living there. I've been there since 04.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it different now? Like when Joe Rogan left and the whole comedy, is the comedy thing still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Does anybody care?
It doesn't seem like it says, like, it doesn't.
It
have
lost
that
its
same,
heart,
like,
didn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have the same, like, man.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to love going out in Hollywood, couldn't wait to go out.
It was
like,
the
oh my
best.
God, right. And now it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I gotta go down there.
Yeah.
And it's like Hollywood executives, the ones that are making the decisions for like specials and stuff like that, are younger
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Like literally half my age, and they're like,
Yeah.
"You're not funny."
I know.
So and so is funny. Like he hasn't told a joke in 6 years. He just gets up there
Right.
and complains about shit or whatever.
Right.
And because he's just weird and alternate, you know.
Most overrated comedian right now. Who do you think it is? Most overrated.
Over shit. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you who I do love though.
Who?
Two of my favorites right now, and Bill Burr's always been one of my favorites.
Bill Burr,
Dude, he's also one of my best friends.
He's the Carlin
Yeah.
heir apparent. I don't care what anyone says.
Yep.
The guy's genius.
Love Bill.
The
Absolutely.
best. The best.
He on my special that's on Amazon Prime, he brought me on stage. Like, and,
Oh, did he really?
And,
Wow.
And then he bought it and then put it on Prime.
By the way, my special on Amazon Prime, I think it's still on Prime. I got to look. I bring myself out. It's really cool. But
And
so
then
Bill
also-
Burr and who?
And Louis C.K.
Well, I mean,
Dude, Louis C.K. is freaking hilarious. And it's just like, I just rediscovered him recently.
he's so
He's so
I don't
good.
even know how minds like that work. I don't.
I don't either. Like, I was on tour with Bill for like a month. And then the day that we got back from the tour, we did a show at the Largo. And it was the day that his special was.
Largo in L.A.
Yeah.
I did that room once. Yeah.
And we did the Largo the day we got back from the tour. We landed and then went to our house. And then
Yeah.
we met back at the Largo that night. And that was the night that one of his specials dropped, like a couple specials ago. And so I'm thinking he's going to do everything that I saw him do for the last
All
month.
new.
All new shit.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And I was just like, dude, I was just on the road with you. You didn't do any of that. Not
Yeah.
one word of that.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, half of that's garbage. I'm doing that. I was like, shut the
It's
dude,
crazy.
Dude, where did that come from?
I
He
don't
was
know.
like, I couldn't do it because the special drops tonight, so I just like did all. I'm like, shut up.
That's nuts.
Been
That's
doing the
nuts.
same jokes for 20 years.
Crazy. Same jokes for 20 years. Don't make me put the boots to you.
I
You
haven't
still
done
do
that.
it?
No, I haven't done that.
You got to do it at the Wreck the Shepherd that night. I'm going to make you do it.
I'll do it.
I'll bring your ass back up if you don't do it. Go ahead.
So yesterday we had soccer legend Pete Caringi on the show,
Yes.
and I got a soccer story for you.
Yeah, I love it.
So American tourist boards wrong boat and becomes accidental soccer fan. Here's a classic case of lemons being turned into seriously awesome lemonade. An American tourist known only as Evan had gotten onto a boat for a sightseeing tour in London. Unfortunately, though, he got on the wrong boat. Instead of the boat Evan was supposed to board, he ended up on a party boat chartered by 150 diehard fans of Southend United Football Club. Some of those fans noticed Evan sitting quietly by himself and asked if he was okay. After explaining the situation, the soccer mavens quickly adopted Evan as a new shrimper, fed him some beers, gave him a ticket to the game where fans chanted, "Evan is a shrimper" in his honor. It was a true moment of random awesomeness.
You know,
That's awesome.
have you been to London or to England?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Premier League match? No. Okay. I've never been yet, but I have many people that I'm very close with that have. And one guy told me he was a diehard Liverpool hater,
Yeah,
right?
Until they
Listen to
took
what
him under
happened.
their wing.
Listen to what happened. He's, and again, you know, tourist, first time over there. He goes to see his team, which was Nottingham Forest, play Liverpool. They go to a pub. He gets the address wrong. Underneath his shirt, underneath his jacket, he's got on the other team's jersey. And he realizes he's in a Liverpool bar. And a guy comes over and says, you okay? Right? And he's like, yeah, I'm just waiting on friends.
You know, let's explain real quick because football fans are one thing if you come in wearing another jersey, but soccer,
That's
it gets ugly, right?
It's,
Oh, yeah,
that's a
they'll-
neighborhood
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They'll beat
Right.
you down.
Yeah, like so he goes, this big dude, big English guy goes, you okay? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you waiting on? And he goes, some friends. And he goes, oh, you're American. He goes, yeah. He grabs his jacket, looks inside, sees the other team's jersey. He goes, you're in the wrong place, mate. Whatever he said it, right? And he goes, I know. I think I got the address wrong.
That's why I'm keeping my jacket.
The guy goes like this. He goes, you know anybody on that team? And he goes, no. He goes, you wearing that shirt because your friend told you to? He goes, yeah. He goes, do you care who wins or loses? And at this moment, he knew his life was in
He
danger.
had to make a decision.
So he had to make a decision. He goes, honestly, I kind of hope Liverpool wins, but yeah. The guy picks him up around the waist, in the air, walks him to the bar, takes his head under the tap and opens it and makes the beer's pouring in his mouth, lets him go, makes him put on a Liverpool jersey. They set the other jersey on fire in the bar. And then he always says,
Liverpool fan.
Liverpool saved
Everybody
my
came
life.
to meet him, and they all just beat him up.
They just beat him up.
He got in a few licks, too.
Yeah, as soon as they walked in, my friend was like, look at these assholes.
Get him!
Get him! Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. What's next?
Well, Mick and I randomly met up at our favorite Chinese restaurant the other day. There's a Chinese restaurant that actually closed when roasted duck turned out to be really street pigeon.
Oh Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happens to which state?
Luckily, this happened in Madrid, Spain.
Yeah.
So nowhere you're going to get caught into here. But a lot of restaurants in our area, I feel like are,
the
are
biggest-
Chinese fast food.
But you know the biggest problem I have with this story, honestly, is that you're just insulting street pigeon. Have you ever had it? I mean, I prefer it over duck. Mwah. And if it's done in a French way, forget about it.
Could be
Le
good.
pigeon.
Le pigeon.
Little gamey, but
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it.
So the Jingu Chinese restaurant, it's since been closed down and is now under investigation. Authorities found that the roasted duck customers thought they were eating was really plucked and cooked street pigeon. In addition, the cops found meat strips hanging from clothes horses, unlabeled meat, and fish stored in non-functioning freezers, roaches, rat traps, and other violations that would drive any health inspector mad.
Dude, think about this, too. You know how that whole thing, they got caught? A bunch of pigeons got together and got some notes, and they carried them to the police.
Oh my God. Carrier pigeons.
Carrier pigeons, rat it out. The Chinese restaurant. Sticking together, that pigeon community is strong.
All right, we got
Stool pigeon.
Yeah.
We can either get into something deep about space.com and black holes,
Oh, I saw that
or
movie.
Noah's Ark. We
Black
got a Noah's
holes?
Ark story.
Noah's Ark. Noah's
You want to
Ark.
get into that?
Yeah.
Black Holes is one of my favorite adult films.
What is this story about, Matt?
All right, well, archaeologists reveal the plan to dig up Noah's Ark following a groundbreaking 5,000-year-old discovery.
Can I ask one question before
Yeah,
you continue?
yeah.
Is it in that mountain in Turkey?
It is.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I've said it for.
Yep.
Don't even
You
tell
said it on the show the other
Yeah,
day.
Mount Kira. I'm not saying it right, but Mount Tanakh.
It's a Mount Ararat.
Ararat. Yeah, there we go. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I believed it 10 years ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, researchers believe they have some pretty conclusive proof of the resting place of the historical Ark. They're convinced they found the final resting place, and they plan to dig up the site. Researchers in Turkey recently made the groundbreaking discovery, which they feel proves the existence of the biblical ship, which is said in the Bible to have transported 2 animals of every species after God flooded the earth. While scientists have been trying to prove that the Drupanar Formation on Mount Ararat is a 538-foot geological structure in eastern Turkey, is proof of the Ark's reality for some time. Their most recent 5,000-year-old discovery might just be the final push they need to take more serious action. What they did was they found traces of clay-like materials, marine deposits, and seafood remnants, including mollusks. Maybe, perhaps just 2 of them, maybe.
You know, unfrozen fish in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And no pigeons.
No pigeons.
The thing about Noah's Ark, I think the fact that people think that he took 2 animals of everything is ridiculous, obviously. And I believe the flood really only impacted what was probably to them the entire world, but there. I think it happened there. Maybe a countrywide, which is a lot, but
Well, maybe some of their local fauna and flora they packed onto the boat because it was flooded.
Yeah, and I'm sure they
right?
gathered as many animals as they could, sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I do think a flood happened. I do think there was a man who, got some animals together and built this big ass boat.
2
and
of
they-
each, though?
Huh?
2 of each? Is he?
Well, you had to breed 'em.
Eric Griffin. Do you know Eric Griffin? Comedian from L.A.?
I don't.
He does the whole thing about Noah's Ark, dude standing there with a clipboard. Black ants. Oh, hey, welcome aboard. Red ants. 1, 2, okay, welcome aboard.
Good.
Snails.
I don't know, man. I think some of the Bible is more history than it is religious. I think those stories survived throughout time because they were important. And I think that they're going to find an ark there. I really do. I thought this 10, 15 years ago when I first read the article.
They say it matches the measurements from
the cubits.
measurements
Cubits?
in the Bible. Yeah.
Remember Bill Cosby? Do you remember that bit? Noah's Ark? Oh my God.
So
Noah.
with the voice.
Yeah,
of
Noah.
Yeah.
It's God.
Build an ark.
Yeah, build an ark. Right. What's an ark? That was great.
What's a cubit?
What's
Yeah.
a cubit?
Right. I got to tell you the black hole story. It's from
Yeah,
space.com.
please. Yep.
Study asks, are we living inside a black hole? A James Webb Space Telescope discovery might blow your mind. One scientist says, I think that the simplest explanation of the rotating universe is that our universe was born in a rotating black hole.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, what's that British guy's name? He's like the most brilliant astrophysicist alive right now. I listen to him more than I listen to.
Carl Sagan?
No, he's dead.
I know.
I can't. Brian something. You ever seen him?
He's
British.
a weird, crazy.
I'm not
ass
sure.
guy.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
looks
sure you
kind
mean
of like
exactly.
you can't tell if he's like a mod rock star guy.
yeah.
Brilliant. And I heard him do a thing about black holes, and he's like, basically, there's a theory that all of this is just one giant black hole, and we're millions of black holes inside of it. And I go, yeah, okay. Can you tell me how my Wi-Fi works, please? I'm having trouble.
Yeah. I don't understand any of that stuff.
What the astrophysicist
Yeah,
stuff?
all that stuff. There was that documentary that's on Netflix that and Stephen Hawking was there, and they were like in a cabin.
Oh
in the
yeah,
woods,
I forget what that's
and
called,
there was
but yeah.
a whole thing on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting there looking at this ridiculous equation that has
This
like a
formula.
million, it's like a million letters and numbers
Yeah.
on there, and then one of the guys like, hold on, and he jumps up and he erases something and writes something in there.
And they go,
oh! I'm like, seriously?
Oh, you know what that is for
I
that
was
Nerd
going to say
Fest?
that. I was going to say
Let me
that.
tell you.
I swear to God, I thought of that.
Let me tell you what that scene is in Nerd World. That's when Jordan hit that fadeaway to win the game. Oh! That's what that when the U.S. beat the Russians. Oh! That's what that was in Nerdville.
Right.
That was their greatest moment ever.
I was like, what are they looking at?
Yeah.
And
No,
it makes sense to these guys. These guys are on a whole, literally a whole other planet.
it's incredible, man. I don't know. I mean, most of those guys, I'm sure, are autistic, and their
For
brains
sure.
work so
mean,
differently than ours. They probably couldn't. Some of them, not the best conversationalist, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
You know,
Stephen
we had,
Hawking for sure was probably a great talker.
I
I
had,
don't know if he had autism, but there was something going on.
but you
Sorry.
met Owen last week with autism. An amazing guest,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But I know, like in his life, there's things that he can do that he just does, and you go, okay. Like I don't know how that works. And to him, he probably can't even explain it. Those guys can't explain how all that stuff just makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well,
But
make this make sense.
if they need to laugh, I'm their guy.
Make this make sense. A foster mom is accused of trading a kid for a monkey. Here's someone who should not be allowed
Wait,
to.
wait, wait. The mother gave the kid and got the monkey?
Correct. Cops arrested 70-year-old Brenda Douche on child abuse charges last
That's
weekend.
douche.
They said she'd be abusing and mistreating a teenage girl she was supposed to be caring for. They're still looking into it, but she may have agreed to give the girl to someone in Texas if they gave her a pet monkey in return. She apparently knew the guy because they both collected exotic animals.
Did you watch that chimp show that was on?
Yeah.
What was that called? Chimp. It was like made by the Tiger King people, but this woman raised chimps.
I missed that.
Didn't
Really?
want to attack her and almost kill her.
Almost killed her.
Wow.
One lady's friend, her daughter, ripped her face off.
Right.
Ripped her face off.
Yeah, those people get way too comfortable with wild animals.
I've said this.
And then they end up killing the monkey. Like the cops came and shot it.
Right, that's the tragedy of it all.
I've said this for thousands of minutes of my life. There's a reason that the monkeys survived too. Like we didn't we left them. We realized, yeah, they're gonna win if we try to live near them, right? They're nice, but they're their own thing, and they don't need us telling them what to do. I don't mess with anything that can hurt you.
Right.
I tell people with their dogs, like if your dog can kill you, that's not a pet. Yeah, I don't think if your dog
That's
can.
an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, it's just why take that chance? That's why I like fish.
What's the
I like
funniest
fish.
animal you've been afraid of?
The funniest animal I'm
Yeah,
afraid of?
yeah.
I'm really afraid of bugs. I don't like bugs.
Really? Yeah.
Crawly, creepy. Like, you know, you watch a Discovery Channel and it's all about the planet and it focuses on a branch and then 9 million insects crawl over that thing. And I just go,
And I think it's kind of funny to be afraid of like a parrot, but like a parrot they would bite your finger off.
My brother-
it would claw your eyes out.
My brother has a parrot. Chip.
Yeah.
Chip has a parrot. Chip is the only one that can touch it. If I put my hand like that,
It'll
it
bite you.
snaps.
Wow.
Chip goes like that. It goes, yes, sir. Thank you. Gets on his finger. And don't say no. Worthless. Just yells every now and then.
Oh, you guys want to see a picture of the monkey lady?
Well,
I'll pull up a picture.
I guess me and T do. Nobody else can.
Yeah, we can show the camera here.
Okay.
Soon we're going to be able to put this. She looks exactly like you think the monkey lady would look. Can you guys see her?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Not only does she look like what a monkey lady would
from
look.
Florida?
Yeah, exactly. She's from northern Florida. Let me tell you
She's
what
from
else.
Missouri.
Her
Missouri.
husband used to own a rim shop. I guarantee you that.
A rim shop.
Guarantee it.
A prosecutor called the details of the case heinous and disturbing, and worse, she's fostered more than 200 other kids over the years. The girl is now in Child Protective Services. It sounds like the foster mom could be facing a long list of charges and going away for a long time. No word on the monkey yet, though, unfortunately.
That's a crazy
You know
story.
that Bubbles is still alive?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I thought that monkey had been dead.
Yeah, me too, wouldn't you? I thought he'd kill itself by now. Jesus. Do you have to be Michael Jackson's monkey? I'd have jumped off a bridge by now. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Did either one of you watch that documentary on, I think it's on HBO, the curious case of that little girl that was born in the Ukraine that's very kind of, I hate to use the word, very strange looking and small, and her like got weird hands and legs, and she's very, I don't remember what she has. I'm not trying to insult that part of it. She was adopted from the Ukraine by this family. The husband and wife are so insane. They abandon her when she's like 9 or 10. They rent her an apartment and put her in it and drop groceries off and leave this child alone.
Oh.
They re-petitioned the court because she was such a troubled child. They took her to a insane asylum, or whatever it's called, mental hospital. And when the female nurses were dressing her and bathing her, she had pubic hair, and she was supposed to be only like 9 years old. So they literally petitioned a court. The court, without talking to anyone,
they made her like 21 years old, right? Or
so
22.
So the parents were off the hook. This girl, nobody could do anything for this girl. Then, you have to watch it. The mother and father, the woman is the biggest whore, crazy, insane, like just manipulating, narcissistic. The father is the most broken, insane, sick, degenerative, weird. And then this poor brother who just, you can tell, has been mentally screwed.
Is this a Disney movie?
Yes, and it's a feel-good movie of the year. Yeah, but anyway, there's two seasons out of it.
I've seen this. It's a strange story.
Is the mom blonde?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I saw. I was looking for that actually. I was trying to find it.
It is.
What's the name of it? Do you know the name of it?
It's The Curious Case of Natalia.
Yeah, her
something.
name's Natalia. You're
it's
right.
The Curious Case of Natalia. If you do that, it'll come right up.
Okay.
But it is dark. It is. For you true crime freaks, this is one of the better ones.
I don't know how you felt at the end of it. I kind of felt like
I haven't seen the
I
final
haven't
end.
figured out if she is the victim or the perpetrator.
In my eyes,
yeah.
I think this was a 9-year-old girl who was forced into adulthood and got very, very mentally forced to adapt, dude. The what do you call it, people? At like 12 years old, when she was in a hospital with the other male patients that were full grown, but they think she's 22. They find out later she was really young, and the sexual conversations and the language.
Well, and they
was
put,
crazy.
And they put her in this
crazy.
house.
Did they talk to her at all?
Yeah, oh yeah. Did you see season 2?
I don't know what I saw, but
Where it's
I know
mostly
they put her
about
in this
her?
house where she was a little person, I guess. And she can't get up steps, and she can't.
And they
get
just
around
left her
by-
there.
And left her there with no food, no way to
Dude,
get food.
it's the
bizarre.
most disturbing thing
Yeah.
I've ever watched. But I'm telling you, you end up going, who's the biggest piece of shit in this whole thing? I don't know. I don't know who's the worst villain in it.
Because
I
the
think
parents
the mother.
Bamboozled the parents?
The parents were claiming that she was attacking them and
stood at the
was
foot of the bed
violent.
with a knife saying she's going to stab them while they're sleeping. It's psychotic. Oh my God.
The truth's somewhere in the middle. I don't know what to believe at this point.
I mean, I do know this. Season 2 I watched, and she is interviewed a lot, and she has grown. I think in this interview, she's like 19 or 20 at this point. She looks back, and she's like, seriously? I was a kid. I might have said effed up. I was trying not to die every day.
Yeah.
This girl could not pull her trash can back to her door. You got to watch it, bro.
Is she still in bad physical shape?
Yeah, I mean, she's deformed for life or whatever. Right. And she's really tiny, like really tiny. Then there's a bunch of other little people and dwarfs in it. I don't know the right word. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But they're in it. And
Perfectly challenged.
Yes, and they're telling the story of, it's the most bizarre. Matt, go back, watch it all, and let's do a whole show about it.
Yeah, we should. That's a crazy story.
Fascinating thing.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
So there is a new $20,000 surgery that rearranges ribs to achieve an hourglass figure. It costs you 20 grand to get a procedure called Rib X-Car done that literally repositions your ribs to help sculpt an ultra-defined hourglass waist. Using ultrasound and a tiny incision, surgeons shift the 10th through 12th ribs inward, followed by months in a tight corset to keep everything in place, creating a
Ladies.
more sculpted, defined, and pinched waistline.
Ladies, I'm gonna look right into the camera for a second. I wish I had some wonderful music that could go along with this. The truth is this, ladies. If you want to know how to truly turn a man on, if you want a man to think you're desirable and not think about another woman, when he looks at you, just say yes. That's it. Just go, yeah. You're the most desirable woman in the world. If there's a man in this room that would like to disagree with me, now's your chance, boys. Speak
Then
up.
make him a sandwich.
No, not that. That's not what I'm talking. You
Sorry.
You don't have to be that. It's awesome if you will make a sandwich, but you don't have to.
I ain't gonna turn the sandwich down.
But the women doing this to themselves, like the lips. What is this shit? Them eyelashes.
it's awful.
Do you like it too?
No.
I don't like
It looks ridiculous.
I don't like the fake butts. I don't like any of that shit.
I
Like,
had this conversation with my wife the other night, and and basically it all came down to, I think women do it for other women. It's not even really for guys. I told my wife, I said, I don't even like that much makeup on women.
Yeah,
you know, if you put no makeup on, it wouldn't bother me.
I mean, we're older. Let's be honest. We are older. We look at things a little bit differently. Not much, you know. But the truth
The
is,
fake butts and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's so
I'm-
gross.
yeah.
Like, especially when the butts don't match the legs.
legs. Yeah. It looks like the letter P
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
side. A capital P.
Capital P.
Yeah. No, thank you.
The big hoop and the little
I just,
stick.
you know, the thing. I'm not gonna lie either. I don't mind a little sag in the boobs. I don't like it a little. I don't mind it. I ain't gonna lie.
I like a little stretch mark.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody,
That
T.
stretch mark ain't hurt nobody.
That lets you know that woman's elastic. Her skin can move in and out. I
Right.
find that to be quite useful.
Breasts looking like accordions.
Breasts looking like accordion. I don't like it. Don't get me wrong, ladies. I don't like your boobs if you could tuck them into your belt. I mean, I'm not that into it. But if you know what, if they're big, blue vein,
Oh, my
saggy
God.
boobies, yeah, man, I don't
Big
mind.
blue vein.
Yeah, I don't mind, man. Ladies,
You're not into the 34 longs?
no, I don't even mind that. It's like it. I just think, like, women, stop doing this to yourselves. I'm serious. Like, there's way more.
I agree with you.
There's a lot of difference between being sexy and being pretty or hot. Sexy's a mental state, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I love a sexy woman. I don't need you to be a 10. I mean, you got to be at least a 6.5. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe a 5. It depends.
3.5.
I don't know how far I could go down. How far could you go down the list? Be honest. Say a legitimate 4.
I've gotten extremely lucky in my life with my wife.
That's not the question. Let's say you're 22, you're
far-
single.
how far down the
How
scale would you
far
go?
down the ladder would you have gone in your day?
I've been pretty picky, man.
Like, which one-
Honestly, I've been pretty picky my
Which
entire
number on
life.
the evolution chart?
Yeah. Hey, T, what would be your lowest number you would have
The
ever
evolution
crawled?
chart.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one where she's just starting to stand up.
Yeah.
Would you date the missing leg?
Wait, so her knees are still kind of buckled.
Right,
but
but-
she's off all fours.
Right. Her head is up and her hands are still touching the ground a little bit. Like,
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Let's just say that Molly is a hell of a drug and will make you do things that you wouldn't normally
See,
do.
here's my thing. I've very fortunately as well, I have not been with a ton of women. That's a fact. But all the women I've been with, I've found to be.
The women that you have been with have been a ton.
That's such a dick thing to say.
I'm just kidding. I've been with a ton of women, but the women have been a ton that I've been with.
First of all, it's so untrue,
I'm just
but it's
kidding.
so goddamn funny. I can't stop laughing. That's such a great line. I've been with a ton of women, but I've been with women that waited something. It's just incredible.
That's funny.
Who's taking it, me or you?
You can have it.
All right, great. I'm stealing it. But no, honestly, like I've been with beautiful, sexy women my whole life, and I've looked at women that all my friends were like, "Oh my God," and I'm like, "Yeah, nah, not my thing, man." I never ever. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like all that flashy look shit. I like when a woman dresses good. Yeah. Like, I like if a woman's got heels, dressed in a dress, hair done, make like that I like, but don't have to insert your butt and your boobs and put on bat wings for eyelashes. Like, that stuff, just stop all that.
Right, and then be like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, why are you looking at me? Why am I looking at you?
Yeah, the eyelashes are ridiculous.
Your eyes are sending out Morse code. What do you mean? Why am I looking? Yeah, beep, 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 beep.
Tammy Faye Baker.
Yeah,
joint?
oh my God. And there's nothing worse when them girls get in fights and then the eyelashes stuck up here,
right.
The wig's off, right?
Oh,
half one of them chicken fillet fake boobs goes flying out. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Ladies, just be you. Be you, man. That's what's up.
That sounds like this next story here, actually. Mall rats have attacked the Easter Bunny. And if you think it's easy being the Easter Bunny,
we have had
think
it
again.
with this bunny. That's hilarious.
I mean, I've done some really lame things as a kid, I guess. But,
Start over. I interrupted
never
you.
anything
That's
like
so
this.
fun.
That's all right. The Easter Bunny has been attacked. You think it's easy being the Easter Bunny, hopping around all day delivering baskets of goodies to kids. And then, when you think your day couldn't get more exhausting, 3 teenagers come along and beat you up. That's what happened at a mall in Naples, Florida over the weekend. 2 13-year-olds and 14-year-old were arrested after they attacked the mall Easter Bunny for no apparent reason.
I have a question, Matt. And you might know the answer.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Are they sure it was the Easter Bunny, not a Jungle Bunny?
Right. No, that's you son of a bitch. You said that. Don't hey, delete
dump
that.
that.
Oh,
Dump
we're live.
Yeah.
Jackass.
My bad.
Anyway, moving past that dumbass statement. When say 3 14-year-old kids, I'm a small guy, they like attack me. Am I allowed to like legally like beat their ass? Like, could I just start haymaking? Like,
If you defended yourself.
If you get attacked, you can defend yourself.
even by a minor?
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. I'm gonna start hanging out at the mall. I gotta get some aggression. I'll have my ass whooped in 2 hours, though. Don't worry about it.
Got to make sure you can prove that in court, though.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. Yeah.
Your Honor, they're bigger than me. They're 14. Exactly, sir.
You're going to have your own documentary, and people are not going to know how old you were, man.
I know. I hear you.
The Mickey story.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, trust me, the height will be the sub-story of that one.
So cops say the teens pushed, shoved, and pulled at the costume character. It was a 24-year-old woman inside the costume. She was fortunately unhurt. The teens were arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery. I'm guessing you have some cushion in that big head, you know?
I mean, the idea of beating up the Easter Bunny, that's a special kind of thug right there.
Those kids need help.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, I just saw this thing the other night, speaking of Easter. Do you know, like, my grandparents' generation, that World War II generation, right before them or around them when they were born, do you know what the biggest holiday in America was?
Arbor Day.
No. Easter, right? And guess what happened? Coca-Cola came around, and they sold a ton of soda in the summer, in the fall, and the spring. And they couldn't sell it at all in the winter for years. So this marketing guy came up with the idea of putting Santa Claus on a poster with reindeer behind it and sold Coca-Cola during Christmas. And they literally became...
They still do that.
Yes. And it literally made Christmas commercialized.
So the Coca-Cola commercialized Christmas?
Coca-Cola are the ones responsible for the commercialization of Christmas.
Wow.
And Hallmark is...
Valentine's Day.
Right?
100% made up. Like, not made up, but... like, if you don't buy your wife a car, you're a piece of crap. Hey, sign me on the piece of crap list, please.
Right.
So you mean like people didn't exchange Christmas gifts and stuff before that, you think?
Yes, they did. But Easter was that's when Christ died and rose from the dead. And then Coca-Cola commercialized it with Santa, and bang, next thing you know, they're millionaires. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's brilliant.
They commercialized Christmas, which is...
Easter is now the Jesus stepson.
What's that?
Easter now is the stepson.
And to me, Easter, I think, has more street cred. right?
think?
Everybody's born, right? Jesus was born. Okay, Christmas. We got it. Jesus was born. Name another dude that they arrested, put crowns on, whipped his ass, crucified him. This ain't a religious rant. I'm just talking straight thug, right? Put him in the hole, dead. Showed up 2 days later, he gone. Just that, you know what? I'm out. Rose up to the sky. And we honored the day he was born? No. Easter is the holiday. We should all go, damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was you, that's the one you would want, right?
If you read the Easter
If
story,
you died and rose from the dead, that's the one you want people to
you
celebrate.
don't talk about the day I was born.
Right.
Right, I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I wasn't even there. I didn't even get none of the gold, the frankincense, the myrrh, none of it. Talk about all that I went through. I think I'm going to become a black preacher with a white voice. That's what I'm going to do, T. I'm ready. I'm going to talk about Jesus as a gangster. Maybe that's how we get people into Jesus. Talk about how badass he was.
He truly was.
You got to admit, that
whether you
might
believe
be.
he was a man or God.
Can
you
I
get
ask
some-
you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Seriously, both of you. Can you name a man in history that had a worse 3-day run in his life? I mean, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dude, that was...
Worst
that-
3-day run.
I can't think of anybody. I mean, Charlie Sheen came close,
Right.
but I'm saying you can't name a worse 3-day run than Jesus starting on Good Friday.
That reminds me of the Kinnison bit.
My God.
By the way,
Yes.
this is the anniversary of his death today.
Is
April
it
10th.
really?
Is it really?
Yeah.
In my eyes, he's
My
on
all-time favorite comic.
He's on my Mount Rushmore.
Really?
You got him up there?
No.
I do, man. I do.
I
don't
love
know
the
why.
guy, man. Love this book.
Yeah.
Brother Sam, you've read that?
Oh my God! So we'll talk about Sam Kinison one day.
Yeah.
Had dinner with him, his brother Bill,
Really?
Carl LeBove, Sabatino's after he played Hammerjacks.
Get out, man.
Dude, it was the
Wow.
top 5 night of my life.
That's amazing.
Carl,
Yeah.
I talked to Carl LeBeau. I don't know if because
Yeah.
God rest the dead, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I did a show with him at this place called Vitello's.
Yeah, I
in the
remember
valley-
Vitello's, yeah.
in the valley.
Yep.
And we were talking out front, and he told me some horrifying stuff about
Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
and about Carl and Sam.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy stories out
I
there.
was
man.
like, what?
Yeah, nuts.
And if he wasn't dead, he would have killed it.
The kid stuff you talking
Yeah,
about? Yeah,
yeah.
it's unbelievable.
And
yeah.
that came straight from Carl LeBeau.
He told me too once.
That's
90
crazy.
Rock. Yeah.
I was like, dude.
I don't want to tell the
Right,
story
I
because it's
don't
his
either. Yeah,
business,
exactly.
but it is insane. Yeah.
Let's talk about a couple local stories here. There is an immersive horror experience coming to Flagship Theater in Bel Air. It's happening up in Harford County.
So
Yeah.
that's, I think they technically, I could be wrong. That's on like the
Churchville, I think it
Churchville,
is.
Bel
Yeah.
Air border. Anybody up that way, you know where it is. It's right there.
Owned by the same people that own
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's a beautiful facility. They redid the whole thing, recliners, like the whole 9. It's amazing. What are they doing?
Yeah, so check it out. The Flagship Theater in Bel Air is going to host an immersive pre-movie event before the screening of Blumhouse Productions' Drop. And once seated, guests will join a live performance with planted actors playing unsuspecting victims. Audience members are instructed to turn on their phone's AirDrop function, and they're going to get threats, ominous memes, and demands will be appearing on their devices.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the experience will lead attendees to turn on each other and to obey the mysterious sender. Only 7 theaters nationwide are participating, and Flagship in Churchville up in Harford County is one of those.
That is an awesome
let's do
freaking
this.
story.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
might. I don't like horror stuff.
You don't?
Nah, I don't, bro.
That's my jam.
I have
Me
a
and my
legit.
kids.
I have a legit. I think legit reason that I don't. Okay. I had a really cool babysitter, my cousin Marie. Turned me on to music, like so like into music, and like that's how I learned about Led Zeppelin and Thin Lizzy and T Rex and T Rex and Mark Bolan and all David Bowie. Like she was that chick, you know what I mean? She was like into horror movies too. And one night she babysat me and we watched Rosemary's Baby, and I was about 7. And that movie scared.
When the hand came out of the
My
bassinet.
dude, I'm 7.
I never saw it. Yeah.
You got to remember this is 1975 or whatever that year was, and I'm just like, and I've just been freaked out by them. Now I love religious horror movies like The Exorcist, The Omen, Like anything where it's like God versus the devil kind of,
Yeah.
or evil versus good. I love that stuff.
The Shining was the one that got me when I was a kid, man.
No,
Freaked me out.
I saw the damn two little twins in the hall.
Yeah,
I said, no thanks.
Same. That was the scene, too. That got me.
Yeah, I mean, look, T, I'm a black comedian. We don't like jump scares, nothing, right, T? We don't want none of that. No. That's the truth. I don't need to be worrying. I don't want to be worrying watching a movie. I don't want to worry. I want to relax. I don't want to be all anxious.
Have you seen Hereditary?
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah.
Then no.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh my gosh, one of the best ones out there. Like,
Is it like one of those psychological ones, or is it like gore?
no, it's psychological.
I'd see that I might be able to do.
That's not. It's not gore, but it's like it's super creepy.
Yeah, and see,
and that's-
creepy's a weird word for
Yeah,
me.
I don't enjoy the feeling of being frightened.
Yeah, I don't like
It's,
that. I don't like feeling.
It's so uncomfortable. I want to laugh and let go when I watch a movie.
I watch a horror movie. Here's what happens as soon as it starts. I go, all right, well, that blonde's dead in about 7 minutes.
Right.
That black guy might make it
Just
through the
through the
first
credits.
act. Yeah, right. You know, like this ain't gonna work, right? So, and then you just start picking out who's the devil. Like and then so a hook goes through somebody's throat and they get yanked up into a grocery store. That's nah.
You know what I did love though were the Freddy Krueger movies because
Nah,
they were
nah.
funny, right?
Yeah, I
you don't
mean,
like those?
I don't like that campy jump scare stuff. I dig the character.
Yeah,
like
I
I dug
enjoyed
all
it.
that.
Yeah.
But you know Johnny Depp, that
was his first movie.
That was his first
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
gets
we
sucked
know
into
how-
the bed.
You know how he got that part?
I don't.
Wes Craven's daughter, who was a huge fan of Johnny Depp, was
From 21 Jump Street.
yep, said put him in that movie or I'm running away from home.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he did to keep his daughter from running away from home.
That's a trip. That is a trip.
Wow. I wonder if years later Johnny ever thanked her.
21 Hope Street.
Yeah, 21 Home Street. Oh my God.
All right, so there's a Maryland man who was helping mom move furniture and found a lost lottery ticket worth $50,000. Maryland mother and son recently discovered a forgotten lottery ticket while moving furniture. It was a $5 holiday luck doubler, part of a batch the mother had purchased as Christmas stocking stuffers for her adult children. When the son found the scratch-offs, he asked if he could scratch them, and his mom agreed under the condition that they'd split any winnings. Now, out of 5 tickets, 3 had small wins, but 1 turned out to be the top prize of $50,000.
Dude, what a story.
Yeah,
I'd love to be.
unbelievable.
And would the Maryland lottery be like, nah, that expired in like 2 years.
Yeah. That's a
That'd
great
be my
story.
luck.
That's a great story,
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
Thanks for ending with that one, man.
Absolutely.
I love that one.
And that is the facts, Matt, and brought to you by our good friends.
At Barnes Paving. Listen,
Paving.
ladies and
They'll
gentlemen.
smooth you out.
Listen, yeah, they will smooth you out. Doug and his wife have a great family-owned business. They do a lot of work up in Harford County. I've seen their work. It's amazing. They have all the certifications, all the accreditations, everything they need. If you use the term Mickey Talks when you call them, you get 10% off. So you need a driveway done, you got a store you need worked on, anything like that. These people are incredible. They're supporting our show. They were our first sponsor, and they mean the world to us. So please give them a call, 443-243-3710. Tell them Mickey Talks told you to call, and we appreciate it. So thank you. Great job today, Matt.
Want me to tell them some of their specialties?
Yeah, do it,
So
man.
commercial paving, residential paving, parking lots, patchwork, undercutting, seal coating, milling asphalt, crack filling, expedited service, and commercial snow removal as well. And we've got all their info up on the description of today's show if you want to check it out.
Yeah, they're just great people. Dude,
Yeah.
listen, T, I started this show. This is my 3rd week.
Yeah.
I literally started it with a laptop and didn't know what I was going to do. And we started doing this, and I was looking for a sponsor, and these people came to me, and they believed in it, and they jumped on board.
Did you put feelers out there for sponsors?
Yeah, I just said if anybody wants to sponsor the show, let me know. And within 2 days, I mean, we're just blown away.
That's awesome.
It's
We
incredible.
Both got bombarded with messages,
Yeah,
which is
and we
great.
have a really good, like, well-polished commercial that's coming for them. That's the kind of stuff we're going to do on the show. We'll be doing real advertising. We're not going to do a ton of it because we want to keep the show going and flowing. But you guys know we got to make money, and we're going to make it painless. But people like this, if you know anyone looking, just remember that name, Barnes Paving, please. I'm so grateful. T-Rex.
Yes, sir.
What's our date again that we're at? Reckless, what is it?
May 24th, 9 p.m.
I'm going to tell you guys something. I've known T-Rex now for 30 years. I've booked T-Rex. He's booked me. He has never disappointed me. You're one of the best, bro.
Thanks, man. I was gonna say we haven't talked about this in quite. Do you remember we did Nagger Vance?
Oh my God, I don't.
I know you don't.
This was on the radio.
We did this on the radio live.
Live.
But what was
the
great
movie was Bagger Vance.
Bagger Vance, and I said we did an E True Hollywood story behind the scenes, and we made up this whole thing where the original character's name was
Nagger.
Nagger, Nagger Vance, but for purposes they couldn't use the word Nagger, so they used Bagger. So here's the real true story of Nagger.
And then we're stopping right there.
But dude, it was so funny.
Hilarious.
Because you did all the
Oh, man, the camera just
all the
broke.
music.
I did the music
The
for
music
it.
and all,
And
then
you
the
voiced
cutaway,
it all.
And then in the middle of it, the studio phone
Rings. And it was Dave Hill, and he goes,
like,
"That's enough.
Turn this off immediately."
Yeah, that was not my proudest moment, but it was
It was
hilarious.
so funny.
It was funny, man.
We were in tears when
You
we
know
were
who
doing it.
listened to that and fell on the floor?
Who's that?
Godfrey.
Really?
Oh my God. You know Godfrey?
Yeah, I swear to God, he just called me the other day.
Tell him, dude. I do Paul Mooney for him every time I see him, and he's on the floor. I love that guy, man. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
T Rexx, you can find him, Todd Rexx, on all the social media.
TODDREXX on all social media platforms.
All right, we will see everybody tomorrow. Very special guest, really cool. Tune in the morning. I'm going to post it. You know that show Euphoria?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that show.
This guy's been. I apologize. I mean, it was just booked, and the name is flying out, but I do want to say it. I apologize.
Dominic Fike.
Is he the main actor? It's not him. It's a guy from Baltimore. He's been in episodes, and he's been asked back for season 2. Really happy for him. He's got a really cool story how he overcame a really rough life. And we're going to talk about that, the show, for you fans. I don't know where the hell it is. But anyway, he's in tomorrow. It's going to be a great time. I'm totally psyched about all of it. Here it is right here. I got it. Give me one sec. Yeah, he's in Euphoria Season 2, Episodes 1, 3, and 5. And now he's back, and it's going to be a great interview.
You know his name?
Great guy. It is. Everybody what do they call him? He's got it. I don't know if he wants his real name out or not. That's why I'm saying it. Let me look. Give me a second, because I do want to promote this properly. His name's Melvin, if that's the wrong name to use right now. Melvin, he's a great guy. I met him about a month ago at a live show. Told me a little bit of his story. It fascinated me. Matt, you're gonna love it.
Can't
It's gonna
wait.
be great.
Looking forward to it tomorrow.
5 p.m. as always. Thanks, everybody. Mickey Talks. Subscribe to YouTube so we can start putting it up there. As soon as we hit 1,000 viewers, we go live on YouTube
Yes,
as well.
at Mickey Talks Pod on YouTube.
All right. See you guys soon. Bye, everybody.